You see it? Hold on. Oh, I'm showing this shirt off like it's brand new. What's going on? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? So, let me fit that up just a little bit. Y'all ain't seen me in a little minute. Ooh, it's been 2 weeks. Ooh. Nah, but what's going on, people? How y'all going? How y'all doing? How y'all been living? You know what I'm saying? First off, happy Valentine's Day for everyone out there. And y'all couple it up, booed up and everything. I already got my what's it called, my Valentine's Day gift. It was some crumble cookie and some Popeyes. Thank you. Shout out to my wonderful girlfriend. I got her stuff too. But yeah, it was nice. But yeah, also yeah. So just happy, shout out to everybody, happy Valentine's Day, everything. Woo, 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 woo. This, that, and the third. But yeah. Also, I guess quick little update or whatever. Uh I didn't just came back. I've been back for I think about like a week or so. Um, but yeah, came back. Like I told y'all, had to work. Not even a week. I came back. I've been back for a couple of days now. But with that being said, you know, yeah, it's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, missed the trade deadline for the NBA. Didn't a lot happen anyway, but I still kind of want to give my 2 cents on it and things of that nature. And all the other trades that were potential could have happened, aka the Warriors trying to get LeBron. But that's a video for later on. This video is strictly just going to be me talking about the Super Bowl and Pat Mahomes, man. Talking about Pat Mahomes, talking about the 49ers. I got a lot to say about the 49ers. But we're strictly just going this whole episode is just gonna be about the Super Bowl. So if it's more shorter than my usual stuff, it's I guess that's kind of why. But yeah, it's gonna be, Super Bowl up. But before we even get started, like, comment, subscribe, post noties, all that good stuff. Again, still gonna be the same consistency. So yeah, be off a little bit, you know. I got some time this week. So before I even get back to going back to work and doing things like that, especially it does help that All-Star weekend is this weekend for the Bears, for the NBA. So I'm gonna be off for a little minute. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get more of me. And I think I like it like that, I like to, bring more and do everything for y'all and just be more consistent with these videos. So also, like I mentioned, the trade deadline video will either be up later today or tomorrow. Because I think literally right after I record this, I'm gonna just go straight into that because I don't want to keep the same energy up. And then also the other big project that I was working on, I wanted to get it out to y'all before I left, but I wasn't able to. Um, Still some other stuff I have to deal with that. It was just the voiceover and everything just sounded weird and editing and all that stuff. So I have to still put some more finishing touches on that. So hopefully that's out sometime this week. Again, I'm shooting for the weekend. I'm shooting for the weekend, but it depends because again, you just gotta bear with me. I'm doing this by myself and I'm learning all this by myself. So, but yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna stop rambling and we're just gonna get into the damn Super Bowl 58. I just honestly, and they probably did say it during the broadcast. I just figured out this was the 58 Super Bowl. That's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, man, let's go ahead and go over the Super Bowl. Let's go over the bowl of super. You know what I'm saying? But the final score of a 22-25, the Kansas City Chiefs would go on to beat the Kansas City Chiefs beat the 49ers, man. Now, just to give my initial thoughts on the game as a whole, before I even get into the stats, before I even get into um what else? Before I even get into, anything else, I want to just give my initial thoughts on the game as a whole. I watched it in Discord with some of my people, some of my friends. It was a good game. It was a fun game. It was a good game from start to finish. The one thing I did notice, I will say, the referees deserve a round of applause because this game could have been a lot of ref ball, and that would have been very bad for the Super Bowl. It would have been a lot. It could have been a lot of ref ball for this damn bowl. But the referees deserve, when the referees do good, they do deserve their applause. So if no one else is gonna give them their flowers, I will. Shout out to the refs. There was missed calls on both sides. I'm not going to say they had a perfect game. There were missed calls on both sides, but for the most part, the refs were really just letting them play. And you can't ask for a bigger game in a bigger situation where you really don't want the referees involved unless it's blatant or unless it's like it comes down to it. 9 times out of 10, you want to let the players play. So got to give the referees their due. Got to give them their justice. The referee crew that worked that Super Bowl, solid, solid. I really can't complain much or anything like that. And if there are fans that are complaining, 99% of them are probably 49er fans. I'm just being honest. 99% of them are 49er fans. So shut the fuck up, nigga. Anyway, I wanted to give my initial thoughts also on just the Super Bowl as a whole. Um, the Super Bowl that nobody wanted. Well, yes, I would have loved to see the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but we didn't deserve to even be really in the playoffs because of how bad we played towards the end. But that's beating a dead horse, and I won't bring them back up. But I would have loved to see my team be in the Super Bowl and win, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, every fan wants to see their team, win the big game, whatever sport it is, regardless if it's football, basketball, baseball, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, but in terms of just the Super Bowl that nobody wanted, or the Super Bowl that nobody needed, or all this other bullshit, y'all fans are very ungrateful. And I can stand by this a little bit because I can say that I've caught myself slipping into that type of atmosphere of demanding stuff and not know. But I am of perspective of saying that fans, regardless of the media, whether it be sports, whether it be comic books, whether it be movies, whether it be music, fans don't know what the fuck they want. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Fans don't know what they want. Period. Period. Point blank. Period. I can turn this into a whole other tangent and that fucking spill over into me talking about the MCU and artists and all that stuff. But to just strictly keep it football based, fans don't know what they want. Fans, including myself, I would have much preferred to seen a Ravens and Lions Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, I would have really liked to seen that. I thought that would have been fun. I really thought it would have been interesting and really would have been exciting. However, I'm not gonna be those fans that's gonna type and type and type and talk about how we're gonna boycott the Super Bowl and how no one's gonna watch this fucking Super Bowl and all Taylor Swift is gonna be the blah 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 blah. Taylor Swift, first off, was on camera for like 58 seconds. She wasn't even on there for a full minute. So please shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And people are like, oh, but if you cut to Taylor Swift every 2 seconds, that shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Please shut up. Hush your mouth. Two, two, all year long. And I hate another thing. Fans are so fucking wish-washy. But all year long, people were talking about how they wanted to see the 49ers in the bowl because they were the best team in the entire NFL. They were the best team, and I don't think they're going to be able to lose again. And da 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 da. Oh, I want to see the 49ers finally get their fucking ring. Oh, it's been 29 years, and now they switching up because they beat the Lions. And yes, the Lions were a very feel-good story. I believe, even though I think my prediction was, I said 49ers and Ravens were going to be the Super Bowl matchup. I said 49ers Ravens were going to be the bowl matchup. I didn't believe in the Lions that much. I thought they were a little fraud watchy, a little bit, but they proved me wrong. They made it all the way to the NFC Championship. They were a really good team, very solid team. They were very close to being in the Super Bowl, but choked it away. But yeah, I wasn't upset with the Super Bowl as everyone else was because I didn't think it was that big of a fucking deal. And also, another thing, y'all need to learn how to appreciate greatness. Please. It's so hard, but it's so simple. Goes back to the Warriors dynasty. Goes back to LeBron. I'm not gonna lie, I was a fan. I was those fans where I was hating heavily on LeBron, especially growing up in Chicago when D Rose was prevalent and D Rose was relevant and D Rose was winning the MVP and the Bulls were the number one seed. Oh yeah, it's fuck LeBron up and down, left, right. Fuck that nigga. But until I got older and started to look at the game as a whole and from a different perspective, my bad, LeBron. My bad. My bad. Same thing with the Warriors. I'm not gonna say I was a Warriors hater. I just didn't give a shit about them. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of went into that year knowing like, oh, these niggas is gonna win it all. So same thing with the Chiefs, man. I know people are gonna be like, oh, we just came off the Patriots dynasty. I don't want to see a Chiefs dynasty. I don't want to see the. Shut up. Please shut up. Shut up, man. Just sit back and appreciate greatness, bro. Just sit back and appreciate greatness. And if you really, really, really feel that strongly about the game, don't watch it. Please, because I don't want to hear, I don't want to read, I don't want to see all of y'all complain about a certain team or a certain player. Just don't watch it. But guess what? You're not going to do that because no matter how much you hate this team, no matter how much you hate this player, they're always going to have your eyes on them. Hey, man. But it is what it is. Learn to appreciate greatness. I should have changed the title of this from Super Bowl. Where is it? Super Bowl recap to just learn to appreciate greatness. That's it, man. I might just title that. That's probably gonna be the title of this video. Appreciate greatness. That's all it is. Just do that. It's crazy too because people was celebrating that the Chiefs was just ass this regular season, which they were. The Chiefs were not good this regular season. They weren't. They were very bad. They were very bad to mediocre team because their defense was and their offense was. But then they flipped the switch. Defense stayed up here and the offense was around here. So, but man, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, man, just learn to appreciate greatness. But looking at the Super Bowl as a whole, looking at the stats, going into it and all that other stuff, this was a really good fucking game. This was a damn good game. Looking at the 49ers first, and I'm going to get into the 49ers later on. Essentially giving my take of what I think is next for them as a team as a whole and what I think they should do. I'll do that for like every single team or like going by division of like every single team going forward before the next NFL season start. I remember I tried to do that like years ago for like NBA basketball and I just wasn't able to do it. But I got YouTube now, so it should be easier. But so yeah, I'll do that later. Essentially, I just want to talk about, the 49ers and what happens, what's going to come of them. Not a full recap of what I plan to do. But, okay, I'm talking too much. Anyway, quickly just looking at the stats, Brock Purdy had himself a game. Completed 23 of his 38 passing attempts, 255 yards, a touchdown, only sacked once, QBR rating of 89, essentially 90. And Jennings as well, who fucking was phenomenal this game. He did not want to lose this game. He was really good this game. Also had a passing touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 22 rushes, 80 yards, no touchdowns on the day, no rushing touchdowns on the day. And also 8 receptions, 8 targets, along with 80 receiving yards and also a touchdown, with Jennings also having a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk had 49 receiving yards. Debo Samuel, 11 targets. Ugh, oof. Kyle Juszczyk also had 30. And then George Kittle essentially had a goose egg. So let me actually go back to just looking at this. First quarter was really nothing. Get this out of here. Second quarter, the 49ers were up, essentially shut them out. The 49ers defense shut out the Kansas City Chiefs in the first half. Dominant. Chiefs came back, tied the game up. Game went into overtime. And obviously, 49ers players didn't know the overtime rules. Okay. Let me stop. They didn't know they didn't know the overtime rules. I mean, not my fucking problem, buddy. It's not my fucking problem, buddy. But again, I'm going to get into 49ers in a little bit. I'm going to get on the 49ers in a little bit. But looking at the winners, defending champs, taking a title right back. Patrick Mahomes, also MVP of the game, completed 34 of his 46 passing attempts, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick at a QBR rating of essentially 100. Also on the ground, has 66 rushing yards, no touchdowns, with Isaiah Pacheco chipping in with 59 rushing yards as well. Travis Kelce stepped up big time in the second half. I believe he only had like 8 targets in the second half and only had like 1 yard. And the second half came out, him actually produced with 10 targets, 9 receptions, 93 yards, 0 touchdowns. Mokel Hardman also had a touchdown with 57 receiving yards. Rasheed Rice and Watson also chipped in. And Marquez Valdez Scantling with the game-winning touchdown in overtime to seal the win. Also, he took home the game ball. So shout out to MVS, man. So looking at that as a whole, the game, like I said, from start to finish was a really good game. Would I say it was better than last year's? Probably not. Because I just feel I was taking myself out of it being an Eagles fan, even though we lost the fucking bowl. It was still a very good goddamn game. The Kelsey brothers going at it. The Eagles offensively were dominant. The Kansas City Chiefs offensively were dominant. They had their moments. Kansas City defensively was able to fumble. Got a fumble off. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, man. It was just a good game. It was a really good game. Last year's and this year's, I also thought was actually a very good game. With that being said, there's a big elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. Well, 2 big elephants in the room. One is Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback of all time? And 2, how damn good was Usher's halftime performance? Now, before we even get into Patrick Mahomes, Usher's halftime performance, man, 2 big thumbs up from me. Can I get the fireworks going? I'm not gonna lie. I never said this on this channel. I don't even think I said this to anyone else outside of anywhere. I was not the biggest fan when Usher got announced to do the halftime show. I'm not gonna lie. I was not very excited when Usher got announced to the halftime show. I know Usher has hits. I understand Usher. I understand Usher Raymond. I understand he has, but I just was like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really excited for it. And then it happened. It started out pretty slow. It started out a little slow, but then it picked up. I think once Alicia Keys came out and they duetted My Boo, and boy, that was some shit. But yeah, once the My Boo duet finished and all that other stuff, it was a damn good halftime performance. It was really good. It was certainly better than last year's. And that is no disrespect to Rihanna, because I genuinely feel like if she wasn't pregnant, she probably would have put on a very a much better halftime performance, and she would probably been able to move around instead of just essentially being stationary the whole goddamn time. But even still, Usher had on a fucking good performance. And if you were from Atlanta, if you from the A, you should be very proud because he put on for y'all. So shout out to Usher, man. That was a really good halftime performance. But all jokes aside, Pat Mahomes, is he the GOAT? Yes and no. Let me explain. Now, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of the modern day era. You could say the GOAT of the modern day era. Fuck it. Fuck yeah. Cool, whatever. The best quarterback right now. Easily, no question. Up here is Patrick Mahomes. Everyone else is right the fuck here. Like, I don't even, there used to be debates. It's like, oh, maybe. No. Everyone else is right here. It's no contest. Pat's up here, and niggas is fighting through 2 through 5 to try and even get close to get here for a 2 spot. Like, the gap he has between everyone else is absurd. I'm being so serious. It's not even funny. But is he the greatest quarterback of all time? Let me full screen for this. No. Calm down. No, he's not. I know a lot of young people, I should say, but a lot of people, Kansas City fans, regular fans, casual fans, whatever fans, are calling him the greatest quarterback of all time. The answer to that question is no. Patrick Mahomes is not the greatest quarterback of all time. Is he the greatest quarterback of my lifetime? The answer would still be no, because that answer is without a doubt Tom Brady. 7-3, still a wide fucking margin. That is still a wide fucking margin. However, I will say this. Patrick Mahomes is top 3 in terms of quarterbacks. I think he's leaped Drew Brees. I think he's leaped Dan Marino. I believe he's leaped Troy Aikman. I believe he's leaped Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, the other Manning, whatever fucking Manning you want to say. He's leaped Aaron Rodgers. He's leaped, hell, Philip. He's leaped every other quarterback outside of Joe Montana being 2. He would be my 2. And Tom Brady. I probably will make a list one day, like my top 10 quarterbacks or whatever. But in terms, and it's very close. You could really, like, you could argue, you can make an argument for Pat being number 2 or being tied with 2. Damn near with, with Joe. But I'm gonna give Joe the slight edge. This tiniest of edge. I'm gonna give Joe Montana the slight edge. So, because I believe Joe Montana has 4 Super Bowls. Let me actually double check. Let me double check. Let me double check because I believe Joe Montana has 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, he has 4 Super Bowls, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 2 MVP awards, Offensive Player of the Year, 1 time. Yeah, I'm I'm cool with having Joe Montana too. I just had to double check. I knew that beforehand, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes. Now the debate of, is he the best player I've seen ever? Like, in the entire history of football, the entire history of the NFL, he's fucking up there. I'm not gonna lie. He's up there. I've never seen anything like a Patrick Mahomes ever in my life. And people that want to say, oh, maybe Aaron Rodgers in his prime, Aaron Rodgers was not doing the shit that Pat is doing. He's not. He may have had the numbers, but he certainly wasn't having the production that Pat is having. Let's really talk about it. Like, let's really fucking talk about it. Let's really talk about that shit. I didn't see Dan Marino, but if you want to say, oh, motherfuckers, this is the best player I've ever seen, Dan Marino certainly wasn't having the production that a Patrick Mahomes is having. Again, again, my favorite player growing up was Cam Newton. It was Cam Newton to Deshaun Jackson. Those are my two favorite players growing up. Prime Cam is not touching Patrick Mahomes. Prime Deshaun Jackson is not touching fucking Patrick Mahomes. Those two were the two best players I've ever seen in my life. Those two were the most exciting players I've ever seen in my life, and Patrick Mahomes has topped damn near everybody. I would say he's the best player I've ever seen to ever touch a football. And the thing is, I think what we can say or what we can have a discussion about is that Patrick Mahomes is having the best start to a career that damn near any NFL player has ever had. And you can make an argument that he's having the best start to any pro career ever. I mean, ever. 6 years, 3 Super Bowls, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. Actually, because you know what, we're gonna look at his accolades. We're gonna look at his accolades as a community right now. 7 seasons into his career. Well, it was just 6, obviously, before the Super Bowl ended. But he has thrown for 28K, 219 touchdowns to only 63 picks, 5 Pro Bowls, Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, along with 3 Super Bowl rings. You cannot tell me that is probably the greatest start to any, not just quarterback, but to just any player in NFL history. You cannot tell me that's not the greatest start. And if you want to say, oh, well, what about Brady? Brady, what about Brady? Brady also had essentially the same thing. But if you want to let's bring up these playoff numbers. Bring up these playoff numbers. Let's bring up these playoff numbers right now. If I can fucking highlight this. All right, whatever. Here it is. Whew. Career playoff numbers. All right, whatever. 18 games played. Damn near 68% completion. 5,000 yards. 7, damn near 8 average. 285. 41 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Like, to compare it to Brady's first, to Brady's first 7 years in the playoffs, or first 7 years, I essentially say, in the league. Is it? I think it was first years. Damn, this nigga Brady threw for shit. I forgot Brady threw for 50. God damn. Wait a minute. Okay. I forgot Brady threw for 50. That's a lot of fucking touchdowns. Holy shit. Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck. I literally just saw this stat the other day. But compare I believe Brady had like compare Brady had like the same amount of rings, same about obviously same amount of rings, and I think same amount of Super Bowl MVPs. But in terms of just career numbers, it was Pat was Pat was doing it at a totally different. Pat was so dominant, or Pat has been so dominant that Brady, outside of fucking 2007, because holy shit, 50 touchdowns is a lot. Brady was not nearly as dominant as Patrick Mahomes was in his first 6 or 7 years into his career. If you want to add the 70 years, the 50 touchdowns is gonna help out Brady a lot. But obviously, his 6th season just wrapped up, like literally 2-3 days ago. So obviously, the 50 would inflate his numbers a lot. But strictly just looking at it after Super Bowl win, Pat has been dominating the game and dominating his way in the regular season, in the playoffs, and also inside of the Super Bowl, to the point where Brady was just simply not doing. And not to say Brady never did it, he just wasn't doing it to the level of a Patrick Mahomes in his early years. Obviously, we know how great Brady is as the years go on and on and on and on and on and on. And then everyone, he gets to 7. But to start off of a career, to start your career off, no one was as dominant as this man Patrick Mahomes is. I don't even think it's close. Unless you guys can tell me a different player, unless you guys can show me another quarterback or show me another just player in general, I don't think that you can say that there's been another player. And I think that's how how dominant it really is that while yes, quarterback and let's just say D lineman obviously are two very different positions. But the fact that this man, Patrick Mahomes, has had this type of a career so fast before he even turned 30, before he turned 28, he's had this type of a career so fast and has been so dominant. Patrick Mahomes, you can make the argument, has been the best player in the entire NFL since like his second season. You can make that argument. You can make the argument that Patrick Mahomes has been the best player in the league. Not just best quarterback, but you can make the argument he's been the best player in the league since his second fucking season in the league. You can make that argument. Can't make that argument for a lot of other players, a lot of other quarterbacks to start out their 6-7 year career. Can't make that argument for a lot of other players. You can't. And then to just in a broad statement of sports, obviously I don't know everything about every single sport ever, so it could be fucking Wayne Gretzky could have already been the GOAT after 4 seasons. Babe Ruth could have had something similar, but just from me looking as just a perspective as a whole, it's very damning. It's very close. It's hard to argue against this man. To just look at his first 6 years as a pro athlete in his respective sport, you can't tell me there has been anyone greater than him in that short amount of time. Now, long term, obviously you have the Bradys and the Montanas. But after them two, that's it. That's it. You really can't compare him to really anyone else. And it's going to put a lot of other quarterbacks like a Josh Allen, like a Joe Burrow, like a fucking Lamar Jackson at a disadvantage because when you talk Patrick Mahomes now, when you talk about Patrick Mahomes, hell, even an Aaron Rodgers, when you talk about a Patrick Mahomes, you're comparing him to the 2 greatest quarterbacks, in my opinion, of all time. So you really can't talk. You can't really say shit about them niggas now. You can't really. It's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's very hard. It's what? It's hard. It's hard as fuck. It's like comparing a fucking rookie Wemby to prime Michael Jordan. It's hard. It's hard. You're gonna lose that argument every fucking time. It's not even up for debate. Travis Kelce. I don't have a tab. I forgot to make a tab for Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce. Look, man, I love Gronk as much as the next dude. Travis Kelce is the best tight end ever. I'm sorry. I know people don't like him. I understand people don't like him. A lot of people think his relationship is fake. I'm not going to get into all that. People don't like him because he's with Taylor Swift. People don't like him because they feel like he's an asshole. He's too excited, shows too much emotion, doesn't show enough emotion. He's a crybaby, this, that, and the third. He's too passionate about the game that he's been playing since fucking 2 years old or whatever the fuck. I can't. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest tight end ever. He's damn sure the greatest postseason tight end ever. I don't even think that's a fucking debate. I know all you Gronk fans out there, and trust me, I really like Gronk as well, but it is very hard to not look at those numbers and be like, damn, fuck, damn, like this dude is really good. And I believe the last time Travis had a bad playoff game or a bad, like, legit playoff game was what, like 2020, 2019? So he's had what, a 4 or 5 year stretch of just being dominant, just pure dominance. And then that 4 or 5 year stretch, they have 3 Super Bowls. What? Like what? Like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Again, I shit, you want to make the argument? You can make that argument that Pat and Trav are literally right behind Brady and Gronk in terms of quarterback and tight end, or just in terms of just quarterback receiving duos ever. I would still give Brady and Gronk that edge because Brady is hard carrying that duo now. Because in my opinion, Trav is greater than Gronk. So it's like you one offsets the other. So, and like I said, man, I'm gonna change the title of this. The title of this is going to be "Learn to Appreciate Greatness." Just learn to it, because it's hard to argue against these things that we're seeing in real time. Me and you, right now, are witnessing greatness, and I understand. I understand. Niggas don't want to see another Patriots dynasty. Niggas don't want to see. I would prefer. I would prefer. We can get an Eagles dynasty going, but that's probably not gonna happen. But I would prefer if we can sneak one out. We can steal one out of the motherfucker. While the Chiefs are gonna probably win another 3 more. But y'all just gotta learn to appreciate greatness, man. That's all that's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It's hard. It's very hard. And the thing is, I don't even have to come on here and say that I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm a Eagles fan. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I will love the Eagles until I can't no more. But at some point in time, the hating of this team, the hating of these players, the hating of, in particular, Patrick Mahomes in particular, and I understand. And the thing is, when I ask people why they don't like Patrick Mahomes, it's not because of him. It's every single answer I get. Oh, Patrick is cool. I just don't like his wife. Oh, Patrick is cool. I just don't like Trav. Oh, Patrick is cool. I just don't like his brother. So what the fuck that got to do with Patrick Mahomes? What does that have to do with him? You don't like the people he has around him? So what? So what? You're not watching them play football. You're not tuning in every Sunday, Thursday, Monday, sometimes Saturday, watching them play football. You're watching Patrick Mahomes play football. That's like saying you don't like LeBron James because you don't like Savannah. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's very dumb. It's like saying you don't like LeBron because you don't like Anthony Davis. That's dumb, people. It's very dumb. It's very fucking dumb. It's dumb. That's all I gotta say. Learn to appreciate greatness, bro. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. End it off that. What next for the 49ers? What's next for them? Fucking nothing. I hope they go winless next year. Fuck them niggas. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's the end of the video. Let me stop. Let me stop. I will say this about the 49ers. This is really just going from stats to just me rambling. I am you do not understand how I think this is why I'm also very happy that the Chiefs won. I would have been happy with whatever AFC team would have won because I kind of figured that the 49ers were going to get to the Super Bowl. I just didn't know how. I thought they were going to get to the Super Bowl. I thought the Lions and the 49ers game would have been a lot more competitive. I didn't think it would be one team is up by like 20 at halftime and then the Lions choked that 20-point lead. But regardless, I'm very happy that the 49ers lost. Obviously, coming from an Eagles fan, I love seeing 49ers fans cry and be sad and be angry and be depressed. Every single 49ers team where I've seen them hit the TV, smash the TV, cry and pound, all that brings my heart joy. That brings my heart joy. Like, you don't understand how happy I was and how I still am. I still have those videos bookmarked on Instagram and on Twitter. I have them bookmarked so I can every time I run into a 49ers fans, this you? This your team? This your squad? Get a new coach that won't choke y'all fucking lead away. Twice, nigga. Oh, wait, 3 times if you want to count Atlanta. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to be petty. I'm not going to be petty. Get you a new star receiver that's not going to fucking drop 8 passes, nigga. Get targeted 11 times and only come away with 3 catches. Fuck them. Fuck them. I'm being very aggressive. I'm sorry. The only 49er I respect, the only 49er that I actually like on that team is Christian McCaffrey. He was my MVP before they gave it to Lamar. But you know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy is cool. I like Brock. I feel like he gets too much hate. In that game, he played as well as you really can play, honestly. It just so happens he was playing fucking Patrick Mahomes. If that's against any other quarterback, niggas is high praise for him. But it's just so happens he was playing the best quarterback in the league at the time. But all jokes aside, Brock Purdy, please, hold on. Brock Purdy, you deserve this if it'll work. Brock, does it not want to give it to you? There it is. Brock, you deserve that. All the hate you was getting all season long, all the hate, all the overrated chants and all that other shit. Big round of applause to you. Because you played your ass off in that Super Bowl. Did what he was supposed to do, especially in the overtime. Couldn't get the score. Obviously, led his team down the field and got the field goal regardless. Put his team in a position to really just win the game, and he did that. So shout out to Brock Purdy. He did as much as he can with really what was given to him in that game and all season long. Yes, he had that little small 3-game skid where he looked kind of, but regardless of that, Brock Purdy had a phenomenal season. And I don't want to take anything away from him and his success and his production and just simply his play that he had from game 1 to all the way up to the Super Bowl. So shout out to Brock Purdy. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Same thing with Christian McCaffrey. Shout out to him. I do wish they would have gave him the ball a little bit more in the second half, especially in overtime. But that's neither here nor there. For the rest of the 49ers, and maybe George Kittle. I like George Kittle too. But for the rest of the 49ers, shut up, nigga. Y'all got to hold this. Ooh. Y'all got to hold that shit, man. Kyle Shanahan, hold that one, big dog. Jake Moody, hold that one. Debo Samuel, fucking hold that one, boy. Oh, that feels so good. Whew, that feels so goddamn good. Anyway, what's next for the 49ers? I don't know. They got a lot of talent on that team, obviously. Coming into next season when I do my preseason rankings and what this team needs to do to blah, 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 they're still going to be arguably on paper the best team. I don't think that's up for debate. But what they need to do, learn to not choke, bro. Tell Kyle Shanahan, get in the gym. Tell that nigga to stop choking, bro. Tell him to stop choking, bro. So, hey, man, it is what it is. But I would be shocked if they're not somewhere back in the Super Bowl, at least either next year or like in the NFC Championship or some shit like that. I would be shocked if they're not. In terms of what they could possibly use, just a sneak peek, I guess, of what they could possibly use. Greenlaw did get hurt. I believe he tore his Achilles, or ACL, one of the two. So hopefully he's back. Speedy recovery for him. But if not, because you still have that D line, which was phenomenal. Tariq Armstead, Nick Bosa still, and obviously Chase Young. But yeah, I don't know, man. Because like on paper, they seem like the perfect team. On paper, they are the perfect team. If we're being for real, if we're being honest, if we're taking the bias and shit out aside, moving that aside, on paper they are the perfect team. Is it really just about execution at the end of the day? And if we really want to talk about it, when are we going to give the 49ers the Cowboys treatment? I'm just saying the same treatment we was giving the Cowboys after they had a very, 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 very bad playoff loss. And as they continue to have bad playoff loss after playoff loss after playoff loss after playoff loss, when are we going to start giving that treatment to the 49ers? Just some food for thought. I'm going to leave it at that. But that's it. I really didn't get too much in the stats. This was just me rambling about the game and just about Super Bowl as a whole. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl as much as I did. As an Eagles fan, as whatever fans y'all is, a Browns fan, Texans fan, fucking Jaguars fan. I hope y'all have enjoyed this NFL season. And I hope y'all just enjoyed my takes and everything, just NFL season and just, as a whole from week 1 until week now, So yeah. But for plans that I have in terms of football, I do plan on doing a preseason ranking of, the AFC and the NFC, talking about all 32 teams. I'm not going to do it in one fucking video because that video will be 16 hours long. So I'll go by division. Let me know what division y'all want me to start off with, whether it be the AFC West, North, South, whatever. Just let me know what division y'all want me to start off with, and I'll get right on that. So, but that is it. The football season, NFL season 2023-2024 is done. The Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl 58 champions. And also, before I leave, the parade was today, but it was cut short due to, I believe it was shootings that happened, and one person did die, and I believe 9 people did get injured in that parade. Hopefully with more news come out, find out who did it, find out all that good stuff. So, but prayers up for any and everybody that was at the parade. Yeah, just you don't like to see some shit like that. And in a day where it's supposed to be a celebration, celebrating greatness, like I said, learning to celebrate greatness and just, have fun and relax a little bit. Like you don't want to see something like that at that type of event. So prayers up to the person they did get their life taken away, and the people that got injured, and for speedy recoveries for everyone. Whether you was at the parade, knew somebody at the parade, planned on going to the parade, whatever the case may be, please be safe out there. Please, all jokes aside, just be safe. And here's my metaphorical glass. Can I get a glass? Can I get like a toasted glass? Whatever. I can't do that. I gotta like go into the lab and like figure out what emotes I can do with my fingers and what I can't do. What I can and can't do. Whatever. But yeah, hopefully y'all have had fun with this NFL season as much as I have. It's certainly been a blast. And here's to next year. And now I can focus essentially all my time on basketball. So here's to more basketball content. Here's to more basketball content. Fuck. Here's to yeah, there it is. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bells. I love you guys so much. Thank you, God, for tuning in to episode 21 of the LaserCast. I've been your host, Shannon Miles. That's Bitmoji me. This is Real Me, and that's Grogu. I hope y'all have enjoyed. Have a blessed day. Have a safe day. And I will see y'all tomorrow to talk basketball. There it is. That's what the fuck I was trying to do. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you so